Hello there, Sarah from 17 once again, bringing you Chapter 5 in my Killzone 3 Elite Difficulty video walkthrough. And this one is the Stahl Arms Infiltration. And anybody that's been playing this game will recognise this instantly. This is the very tutorial of the game. And for the most part, it's exactly the same as the first 15 minutes of the start of Killzone 3. The only difference being is when it gets to the cutscene, which, you know, triggered the flashback, we're actually going to continue those events. So for this start bit, do the exact same thing you did before, and there is absolutely no challenge or difficulty here. You know exactly where you're supposed to go. You've got the up on the D-pad if you don't, and it's just, I don't know why they made you do it twice. It seems strange, but you know, it's their choice. And I think the worst part about this section is the fact that because it's meant to be the same thing, you do two different things at the same time, so it's a little bit, you know, jarring as far as continuity goes, but I'm not going to hold it against them. It's a cool idea. The heads-up display in these Helghast masks look really cool, and this level is just really nice because it's got tons of lights, it's got tons of reflective surfaces. It's just, you know, really creative and artistic, and it's awesome. It's just a bit of a wasted level, but when you get into it, it is fun. There's lots of glass to shoot, and I like shooting glass. There's also a couple of experimental weapons, and for the most part, it's not that challenging. So it's a nice little stroll through an arms factory. But I was trying just earlier to upload the first part of this guide, so I'd have something for you to watch before I throw the entire thing up in the next few days. But for some reason, YouTube failed. And I hate when it says it failed due to an unknown error, because you never know what fucked up. But look at this room, how nice do all those lights look. I love hues and how it affects the camera. I just think it looks awesome. Really nice. But there's a nice jarring switch from first person to third person as it goes over here to show you the dude you're trying to rescue.
I'll be fine.
But yeah, this is pretty much just filler because there's no real strategy needed.
Don't even think about it.
The pathetic kicking that barely touches people. It's like, yeah, we didn't want to damage the motion capture suits, so we didn't want to look too vicious when we were doing the attacking animation. But here he goes, telling us where we're supposed to go.
Go take your positions.
Go take your positions. So, with that in mind, we can keep pushing onwards and pressing buttons and walking through the factory and listening to Rico. Now, this is probably midway through the game. I mean, it's probably more than midway, because I think there's only 7 chapters. And the one after this is a really fun level. It's kind of challenging, but you get my favourite weapons, so it completely makes up for it. Then the level after that, I think, is the last one, which is kind of short, because there's a bunch of zero gravity stuff, and then there's some ridiculous on-rail sections, and then you're done. But watch this. When you go over here, there's a cutscene. As soon as the cutscene ends, if you look back to where you need to go next, the level conveniently opens up. Do you see it? I couldn't get through there first time because there was 2 white blocks, but that person triggers, walks through, and enables me to come in here so I can turn the wheel. Oh, the intricacies of game design. And I hate these sections because it's so unresponsive at times. It fucks me off. But you do that, it gets the guards distracted from the doorway, and you can proceed into the next area. I think my major problem with this game when it comes to storyline is all the people I liked on the first game didn't come back in any kind of proper role. Like, the first game had Templar, who you played as, who was a general in the second one, but he sat behind a desk barking orders, and the only person they brought back was the biggest wanker of the group, which was Rico. On the first Killzone, there was Templar, there was this woman, like, ninja lady, who Templar had history with, so there's all this really cool sexual tension between them all, as they had witty banter. And then there was actually a Helghan, who was a spy, who was voiced by Sean Pertwee, and he was awesome. And there was all this tension between him and Rico, because obviously Rico's this big macho grunt who wants to kill Helghast, and he was a Helghast, and it just seemed like the characters were better, they were fuller, they were richer. And the characters on this game, it's just kind of like, people shout a lot, everybody looks around in little circles, and then we all get to shoot people, and it just doesn't have the same feel. And this is an interesting bit, because these scientists here, they make you go through these full body scanners, and they obviously see something interesting because you can listen to the muffled conversation as they say, "Look at this, come look at this, isn't this weird?" And what the fuck is the point in a full body scan if they can't tell a human from a Helghast? And obviously, the only difference between a human and a Helghast is, I think the Helghast have damaged lungs because of the surface of their planet. I mean, don't quote me on this, I'm sure there's somebody who's read all the fucking fan fiction that knows all these details, but there's gotta be some obvious physical difference between a human and a Helghast. Why the hell do they wear the masks if they don't need the breathing apparatus? But I just think this bit is kind of wasted. I thought we were going to get busted here and it were going to go guns blazing, but it doesn't, and it just seems like a moment where maybe the original plot had something really cool happening and the game kind of had to skip it and took gameplay over storytelling as a precedence. It's like... precedence, sorry. I don't know, strange. Answers on a postcard if anybody figured it out, because I sure didn't. But one thing you've got to look out for in this area as well is the green lights. The greens contrast. Look at that green light. How sexy is that green light? Oh my god. It contrasts so well, and then when you get close to them, they don't even look green, but I'm loving the green lights. They just look badass. I've got a thing for nice lighting. I don't even know what it is. It sounds really strange, but it does things to me. And when you come in here, this is where the cutscene kicks off. Go through this meat locker. Some awesome looking glass. More green light. And there's these scientists that are experimenting on various, I think, the humans. Suppose at least they're not pissing Peter off. Then you come through here, and I think this is the cutscene that skips directly into... Right then, action time. So as soon as this door opens, if you charge up that lovely heavy weapon you've now got, you can fire its energy beam directly into those guys, and if they're weak enough, they will burst. Be careful of the capture troopers. If he comes close, do that to him. And the thing to remember here is there is going to be numerous areas to refill your ammo, so make sure you use that really powerful cannon as best you can. Because it's just one of those things where, what is the point in shooting piss-weak rifles when you've got something that will work? This next room is bad, be careful of this room. The best thing to do here is the door does close, but it doesn't lock you out, so if you can keep coming in and coming out and firing your energy cannon, you should be able to deal with some people. The reason this room is difficult is because there's a heavy guy with one of those thunder guns that you can't pick up, and he will do some significant damage to you if you let him. And there's also a bunch of normal soldiers, so you're getting tagged by the soldiers, you're getting tagged by... Look at that grenade was pretty accurate. Like a worm's grenade. But just keep eking in here, firing your charge cannon as best you can, nailing as many dudes from as big a distance, and as soon as you've cleared it out, push through. But you can use the cover a little bit better than I was, but I don't like using it, that's why I don't. I would much rather do what I'm doing right now than rely on cover, because it's just not a fluid mechanic. I really don't like it. And right now it's a little war of attrition between me and the last remaining guy. He's over there, he takes a beating. Look at him with his fucking thunder gun, does my dick in. But if you hit him enough with that lovely green death cannon, he will burst, and I think he just did, because Rico just stood up, which means the room is clear, and you can now move on. Look at that lovely glass. Glass. I like glass, and it's green glass, which makes it even better. It's because of all these green lights. But move onwards. Now you've got these two morons with you, just in case you go down, the extra bit of assistance, and these next few encounters are pretty stacked, because there's a lot of Helghast, but luckily enough, you've got that green death cannon, which I don't know the name of, unfortunately, but it fucking rocks, whatever it is. And as I mentioned earlier, just make sure you abuse any of the ammo crates that you come up against, because they will work wonders on these sections. And this is a really, really big gunfight room, this. Right now I get so lucky he doesn't finish me off. He kind of lost interest towards the end and I got super lucky. There you go, with the cover saving my ass, even though I'm at the same height I was when I was getting shot. And right away, grenade, shit, run away. Can't get in because he's in the doorway. Move your fat head. And then get back behind cover as quickly as you can. For whatever reason the Helghast ran away, so they didn't finish us off. Oh no, he was in cover, he was just camping it up like a fucking turtle. So clean him up. And the best way to approach this section I found is if you move around this left side here, you'll see the guys on the balcony, and you can use the wall as cover and keep bobbing out like I was doing in the other room. and it's a lot easier than relying on the chest-high wall that is in the other area, because I'm just no fan of the cover system on this game. And as you can see, that's an ammo crate in that room, so I should really be pulling out my green cannon of doom and cleaning these guys up, but I'm relying on the shooting mechanics in this game that are, you know, as useful as a pound land bungee cord. So just keep eking around here, keep looking for Helghast. There's one there lighting me up, but I managed to clean him out. And then just watch out for the ones on the balcony, because they're the main threat, because they seem to be able to shoot you from some ridiculous angles. And right now, I'm not using the green cannon because I don't think I've realised that there's ammo in that other room, and you guys should be. So don't fuck about with these crap guns. Just get to business, cleaning them up with the most powerful weapon you've got. And at this moment in time, it is that green energy weapon. But once you clear out this side, you can start pushing forward. Just be careful, because as you can see, the Helghast do come round here. Luckily enough, because there's the two other dudes, the AI can't quite focus on you, because it's got those two others to think about. And over there, I think that was a dude with a rocket. Yes, it is. And I'm still relying on this gun, and Rico's in the goddamn way, as per usual. And some dude's shooting me from the right, and I'm getting hit by rockets, and all sorts of messes going on. And I've still not realised that I could be using a far superior weapon, but hey well, do it the hard way. So Rico's laid out. Don't worry about your buddies bleeding out. I don't think it seems to be a problem whatsoever. If this was Rainbow Six Vegas, then you would be fucked, because they blade out so quickly on realistic difficulty. It's almost unreal. But get him up when you can. Keep pushing forward. Keep watching that balcony, because there you go. There's a rocket launcher guy. And this gun, it just doesn't shoot over distance, and this one does. So there you go. Should have been using it all along, shouldn't I? So much more efficient. But that's the end of this first section. I'll see you in the next one, guys. You take care now.